me.
Madam Deputy Speaker, as we approach ANZAC Day 2017, our minds turn to those commemorative events, marches and dawn services that will unite Australians in gratitude for those who have served Australia in times of war and conflict. At the heart of those events will be the war memorials constructed by a grateful nation in every town and suburb across Australia. They are a permanent marker that reminds us of the sacrifice of those men and women who served. We as a community have a deep obligation to ensure those memorials are preserved, and it's why programs like the federal government saluting their service commemoration grants are just so important. My own electorate is home to many memorials, and I want to acknowledge the efforts of the North Sydney RSL sub-branch to see 2 of those restored and refurbished. The Northbridge War Memorial was built in the early 1950s and was the centre of commemorations undertaken by the Northbridge RSL sub-branch. In 2001, the sub-branch ceased to exist, and without a sub-branch to maintain the memorial, it fell into disrepair. It has not, however, been forgotten, and with the support of Willoughby Council and the federal government, the North Sydney RSL sub-branch has overseen its restoration. It was a special moment for me to be able to attend a flag-raising ceremony at the memorial earlier this month to mark the completion of its restoration. The flag-raising was attended by representatives of the community, the RSL, and the Mayor of Willoughby, Gail Giles Gidney, along with her fellow councillors Hugh Erickson, Rachel Hill and John Hooper. I was particularly pleased that we were also joined by Keith Arneman, who signed up at the age of 18 to serve in World War II and to fight in the Middle East. Keith was the last member of the Northbridge RSL sub-branch, and we honour his service and that of his peers. The North Sydney RSL sub-branch is also working to see the North Sydney Cenotaph in St Leonard's Park refurbished. I am pleased that all 3 levels of government, federal, state and North Sydney Council, are supporting them in their endeavours. Constructed through the donations of residents across the North Shore, it records the names of 500 local citizens who made the ultimate sacrifice for Australia. The most recent grants will see its ornate brass lamps, which stand on the 4 corners of the cenotaph, returned to working order for the first time in many decades. It follows many years of efforts to see it restored, and I was pleased to play a small part in this as a North Sydney councillor over a decade ago. It now is the centre of commemorations on ANZAC Day, with several thousand residents joining veterans at the dawn service held each year. I want to congratulate all those at the North Sydney RSL sub-branch who have worked to ensure these 2 memorials continue to stand proudly as reminders of the sacrifice of so many. I particularly acknowledge the sub-branch President Alex Wilson and his committee, particularly Bronte Pollard. These memorials and so many others across my electorate will be the centre of ANZAC Day commemorations in a few weeks' time. They are a tangible demonstration of our commitment to ensure the bravery of those who fought for Australia is never forgotten.
Thank